welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it, and welcome to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you clicking on the video today. So today is a bit of a different video. As you can tell by the title, I am no longer, well, kind of sort of still a quilt virgin. I have tried something new. Now, full disclosure, at the time I'm recording this, it is in April, although you're seeing this in May, because I have, and let me just grab them, they're right here. I have two quilts. They're called Quillows that I will be sharing with you today. I'm very excited about that. And I have a couple other projects. So this is going to be a longer video because it's out of my norm. I did the Quillows. I have a couple other baby item gifts, and then I also did a little fiber art. What? So that part of my monthly makes journal. So as you know, on one page you have everything that you make for yourself. Then there's a page where if you make gifts for others and all of that. So I like have something to put on that page in my my monthly makes calendar. I'm so super excited. So all right, this is what I'm going to do because I have these different categories to go over. I am going to leave chapters. So on the screen there will be chapters, and you can click to the part that you, or move around however you so please. But I am going to jump into it because it will be a longer video. The first thing I want to go over is actually, so these gifts are for two individuals. One is my eyelash tech who had a baby back in January, but she is just now coming back into, well, by the time you see this, she would have just recently started taking clients again. So I knew I wanted to make something special for her, and she had a little boy, and so I knew I wanted to make something special for her. On top of that, my bonus daughter had a baby as well in April, and so when I think by the time you see this video, we would have already been home and back and everything by then, and she also had a little boy. And so I knew I wanted to make something. So super excited. And so the first thing that I made, and then this will tie into the fiber arts project as well. So I am going to tag, this is, if you all follow Simply Delilah here on YouTube, you know that she has an Etsy shop, and she has a pattern for a car seat cover. And so I made 4 of those. So it's very easy. I will say real quick on the instructions. The instructions are really easy. The only thing that I was confused by was the strips of Velcro. It says 2.5 inch strips of Velcro. Well, having gone to I went to Joann's and also looked online as well. There's different widths of Velcro, so it doesn't tell you the width of the Velcro, it tells you the length. And so what I did was I did not do 2.5 inches long because I felt like that was too long. I think this is 1.5 inches, and I'm going to show you what they look like. This is the Velcro here, and so that was one thing. And then I think that was it. Outside of that, the instructions were easy. It's a very simple pattern. It's only 3 pages. Yeah, it's only 3 pages with pictures, and most of that are pictures, which is fine. And then it has the written instructions underneath. I think that was the only thing I wanted to mention, is that I was confused by the width of the Velcro that I needed, because Velcro comes in different widths. But it worked out because I just ended up cutting it in half because I thought it was the width or whatever just didn't work in the length. So this is what I created, and I made 4. So remember, this is the Destashify fabric that when was this? Was this April? I think this was my April Destashify haul. And so this is what I made. 2 of these the car seat covers. And so this one is, and as you can tell, and I'll probably pop up a picture of a pattern because you probably really can't tell, but this is the part that goes over the handles, right? And so when it goes over the handle, which is so cute, and you have the net like that. So probably not doing it any justice. But then let me just share that I'm looking for the book. Let me just grab the book for it. So I had to go back and grab the book. Remember when I did a haul, I had shared a haul with you, and I was talking about, oh, I can't share what I'm making, and I said I was making something out of Bianca Springer. Thanks, I made them. You all follow her her book, Represent. This is her embroidery book. And so what I was doing is, and I actually the sheet, because the sheets you cut, and then you can, let me see if I can hold this up so you can kind of at least see the design. Sorry, the fan is going. But see those designs, you cut out what you want, and then you iron it onto what you're planning on embroidering. And so when I attended the Houston Quilt Guild meeting, Bianca sorry, did a presentation there. And so after I had asked her about a couple of the steps in here, although the instructions were really simple, I just want, you know, when you start something new, you're like, I don't know, and that kind of paralyzes you from moving forward. So I had the car seat cover. The day I'm filming this is April 19th. I had the car seat covers done like 2 weeks ago, and then the Quillows have been done for over a week. And so because one of the Quillows I'm giving tomorrow, the other one is not being given until we travel. But I just wanted them done and off my plate. And so yeah, let me go to the page, because the piece of the transfer papers slipped out. You guys, I got so much stuff all over my sewing space. But let me flip to the design that I did, and then I'll show you how it looked. Okay, I found it. So here is the design. So this here, see how it has a hand in the child's hand? Isn't that cute? And so what I wanted to do was put this design, embroider this on the netted car seat covers for both parents, right? And the reason I made 2 is because typically parents have 2 car seats, because the mother, the father both have vehicles, or if they only have one vehicle and then they, you know, the baby is with someone else that has a car seat, they still have another car seat cover, right? And so an extra one. So that is what I did. So what I will say about the embroidery part, one of the tips that Bianca showed me was how to do the back stitch. I did okay. I'm getting ready to show you how it looked. I did okay. Then she told me to buy these clothespins that you would use for hanging up clothes outside, if I can get it open. Just these clothespins. And so she told me the thread is not called thread. Is it called floss? It's floss, right? That I use when I unravel it. You know how it come in the packaging, and I'm all in the frame. But you know how it comes like this, and then you need to unravel it, which I carefully put it back in here. But she said just tape one end to one end of the clothesline, and then wrap it all around, and then you can open up this one end and close it and make sure, you know, so it doesn't unravel. So I still have to do that with the one that I used. So I did buy a bag of those because I have several projects I want to do. I have different ideas, like the natural hair ones that's in her book. I want to do those and put those in certain spots in my sewing room as I get this finished working on my sewing space. So love, highly recommend, for sure. I highly recommend this book. I am so inspired, and even more so after attending. I was already inspired once, because Bianca shares a lot of her projects that she's done on her Instagram. So I was already inspired. I bought the book, and then I knew when I was going through the book and reading it, I wanted to do this for the car seat cover. And then having attended the Houston Quilt Guild meeting, I'm like even more inspired, because then she even shared some other things. And so highly recommend the book, highly recommend the car seat cover. It took me, it didn't take any time. Once I went through, usually you know how when you do something for the very first time, it takes you longer to do because you've never done it before. And I would say you can definitely do them in an hour, these car seat covers. And so this particular one, now, because I had already made these before I did the embroidery, because what I thought is that I needed to do, you know how you have like a the fabric that you can embroider on, and then you kind of put it in the hoop and do all that. So I thought I was going to be doing that, and then I would sew it on top of here. But Bianca let me know, why don't I just press the design on the fabric and then just embroider on the fabric. She said I didn't have to use the hoop. And so I was like, oh, I'll do that. So my goal was to do all 4 of the car seat covers, but I did not, because the design and the color of the floss, because of the background of the car seat covers is very busy, so you really wouldn't be able to see the design. And I did learn that on this first one, so I didn't even do the rest of them. But let me see if I can share with you from a distance. See, you can't even tell. I think I'm gonna try to pop up a picture. So you really can't, you can see it clearly in person, the hand and the baby hand, or the child's hand holding the adult hand. I can see it here, but on, and I don't know if a picture will do it injustice. I'll pop it up if it did. But the thing I did do, because you have all of the threads on the back, and obviously this is going over the baby car seat, I did do a patch on the back. I just folded it in on the corners and sewed around it. And so, but yeah, so you guys cannot see that. So all of the designs that I chose for the car seat covers are all busy. So I was like, because I did try to press the design on another one of the car seat covers, and I couldn't even see it enough to trace it or anything. So I said, I don't want to mess it up. So yeah, that's fine. That was my intention, but I only did the one because I wanted to at least try it. So this is one for the eyelash tech, her son, and then this is the second one for the eyelash tech. See, it's 2 busy colors. And this is the other one I tried to press the design on, and you couldn't even see it. And so the mesh, the fabric, this fabric is from Joann's. This one is from Joann's. The other one is from that I got through Destashify. And the mesh, if you can tell, that mesh, that is by Annie's. And so I had some mesh, some by Annie's mesh already, different colors, and then and so I just used that that I had. But yep, absolutely love this. Really cute make if you need something quick, especially for, you know, new baby, all of that. I think that will be awesome. So this is the one for the eyelash tech. The 2 that I did for the bonus child, adult, she's not a child, she's an adult married, but I packaged them. They both will be packaged like this. I put them in the package, and then I put a picture of what it is on the inside, and then I'm gonna put the care instructions that Delilah has on her Etsy shop. I'm gonna put that in here as well. But I'm not gonna unfold these. I just want to share with you the fabric that I use. Again, bonus child have this same one from Destashify, and then this is from this is a black and gray marble, if you can tell, and this is with the black mesh in it. And then this mesh, if you can tell, is that turquoise color. So yeah, that is what the that's going to the bonus child. So that is my review, and first part of the video is the about the car seat cover and my first venture into fiber art. So let me put this back in here and we're gonna move on to quilting. Okay, this you guys, this was so much fun. This was so much fun. So I did Shabby Fabrics pattern, the Quillow. So if you follow her on YouTube, which I do, I saw that pop up because I was thinking what else I wanted to go with, because all of these projects were planned in advance, and so but I wanted to do something else, and I wasn't quite sure what that something else was, but I knew I wanted to do the car seat covers, and then I wanted to do something else. So the something else ended up being the Quillow, and I'll pop up a picture of it. So cute. And so when I saw Shabby Fabrics video, it's a free pattern, I'll link to her YouTube channel for it down in the description box, and then it just went from there. So this part is going to be a little choppy because I'm going to insert pictures of the mom or baby with the Quillow and the items, and so because the items are being given at 2 totally different times, we'll see how that works out. But the first thing I want to share with you is, because I've never quilted before, and I was super inspired by actually the people who entered quilts in this has happened over the past 2 or 3 years. People have entered quilts into the BHM Pattern Designers Sewing Challenge. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And so of course I went down the rabbit hole first of all the black pattern designers, and then I was like, well, I need something quick, easy, and then I said I'll stick with the Quillow just for my first foot into the water. So what I did was I went to one of the local quilt shops here, and I'll probably pop up video that I walked around. That has so many beautiful fabrics, so many different quilt designers and everything throughout the store. When I tell you I had a ball walking around, but I was also overwhelmed because again, I'm doing something new, something I've never done. And so for me, I don't know how you all are, let me know in the comments, but I tend to overthink what it is I need to do, and then that kind of paralyzes me from moving to the next step, or you know, I just get all like, ooh. And so needless to say, it was all good. Absolutely loved everything I saw. So with the Quillow, the fabric, the instructions that's provided tells you how much you need for charm packs. Now I know what a charm pack is. Those are all cut up already in the 5-inch squares, which as a beginner quilter, for me, my tip will always be go with the charm packs, unless you feel like cutting up a bunch of fabric. No, I bought a pack of charm packs, and I'll tell you which one is which, and then one I bought a layer cake, which then is that the same size as a fat quarter? I don't know, but I don't know off the top as I'm going through. But a few things that I learned, and then I'll show you the quilts. So when sewing garments, at least for me, I don't know how you are, but I tend to clip my threads as I go because I hate straggly threads. And so, but with quilting, it don't matter because for one, nobody's gonna see any of that because it's all gonna be enclosed. And so because I started clipping, and then I was thinking, what am I doing? Nobody's gonna see this, and as long as the threads weren't like all wild and everything all over the place, I'm good. So I had to make sure to do that. To let go of having to clip every single thread. The other thing, steam press as you go. We already know that's important for garment making, but for quilting, it is super important because you tend to nest. You tend to press the rows in different directions so you can nest the seams together so much easier. Oh my gosh, so super important for quilting that I have learned. Another thing I have learned and what I was able to do, I was super excited about, because I think when I started, I was low on a bobbin thread, and then it dawned on me, why am I changing my bobbin thread? Nobody's gonna see that. It's not going to be visible from the outside. So when I tell you guys, I had like 6 bobbin threads filled with all these different colors, you know, that I use on my garment projects. I just used all of those, used all of them up. And so I was like, okay, I love this. Okay, let's use up the stuff. I love it. I love it. So that was good. When I initially started putting the squares together, and I'll show you that here in a moment. When I initially started putting the squares together, of course, I'm trying to figure out how to do this the fastest way, and that I thought would be efficient. So what I did was, because you sew the rows together first, your rows together, the squares together first, and then the rows. And so what I did initially was pinned all the squares together. Not pinned, I clipped all the squares together. Then I clipped all the rows together, thinking, oh, as long as they're connected, I can, because I want to chain stitch. I just want to keep stitching, stitching, stitching. So that really didn't work out all that great, because they kept getting flip-flopped all over the place. And then of course the clips, I've learned, do not work with quilting. Pins work best for that first part. Clips, binder clips and stuff work good if you're going to be binding and everything, obviously. But what I was doing, clipping was, wonder clips was not the way to go. So later down, because I ran out of clips, I started using pins, and the pins held together better. But it still made trying to stitch each square together and then the rows, it just made it a messy process. And when I tell you, I did that for the first quillo I did, but the second quillo I did not do it that way. Instead, I stitch each square together and just sorry about that, my camera cut off. So that didn't work for me. So instead, for the second time around, I just stitched each square together and laid them on top of each other, pressed them in the opposite direction, and then I stitched them together in the order that I knew I wanted the quillo to be. And so that went faster than what I was trying to do the very first time I started. So that was another lesson learned. Let's see. And then I got a couple good tips from one of the ladies I was sitting at the table at. I went to the Houston Quilt Sewing Guild meeting. It was April 15th, I want to say. I went to that. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know I went to that meeting, and I took pictures with Bianca and all of that. So you all saw that, but you didn't know that I was working on all this stuff. But anyway, had a blast there. I'll pop up a few pictures and video of the meeting. Had an absolute blast. The ladies were so welcoming. Everyone at the Quilt Guild was absolutely amazing. And yes, by the time you see this, I would have become a member. So I knew that I was going to become a member. They have so many fun things lined up, and and they were sharing what they made, obviously, right? And so one of the things that they do is every month they complete a new block. It's like a design for a new block. You can choose to do the block that comes out that month, or because you know what the quilt is going to look like, or you can repeat a block from the previous month. But at the end of the year, you will have a whole quilt. And a few of the ladies, a couple of the ladies there I met actually do the quilting on the long arm. They have a business that they do that on, so I'm looking forward to working with them. But let me show you the two, and I'll pop in video because you will not be able to see all of this in full. But based on the Shabby Fabrics video, I did do, this is for the bonus child, the bonus daughter. Let me stop calling her a child. The bonus daughter, she is getting this one. This is the Stomp Stomp Roar. This is the with the dinosaurs and stuff on it. So super cute. Isn't that cute? And so I'm not going to unfold it. It wasn't hard to fold up or anything, because actually in the video she goes over how to fold it up. So far as putting this together, easy to put together. This is the one I took to, because by the time I went to the Quilt Guild meeting, this is the one that was done already, and I only had started the other one. And so the lady I was sharing the table with, I cannot remember her name, but if you are watching my video today, thank you. She said, because when I initially finished this, I only stitched around the edge of the quilt, and what I'll do is pop in a picture of what it looked like before I added the backing, after the backing, and then after it was quilted together. So she suggested to me that what I do for the quilting of this, she said keep it simple, and you cannot tell, and I don't think you'll be able to tell on the video I popped up either, but she told me as far down as I can go, stitch across like every other row, and then stitch down. She said that will help. Even though I did stitch around the perimeter, she said through wear and wash and everything, I didn't want the batting to shift inside the layers. And so that made total sense, because our comforters are made like that, our bedspreads and stuff, right? And so I did that. However, I was not able to do it to the front. However, this front is stitched along this end here and at the top edge. So this one, it should be fine, even though I wasn't able to do the pillow part. But yeah, it is. And again, I'll leave the pattern and everything down below, so you know how many charm packs you'll need, or layer cakes. You only need one layer cake. But so that is the first one. The second one is, I had to grab the name of this one. Okay, I had to find it. It had blew over, but anyway, this one is called Starry, and this is for the eyelash tech. This is by Alexia Marcel Abegg, A-B-E-G-G, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And I was she's part of the Ruby Star Society, and so the selvage, which is really cool, I saved the selvage off of this. It has the Ruby Star Society on it, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then the leftover, I will say, the leftover squares that I have from this and the Stomp Stomp Roar, my thinking is, I'm sure I can find something, but I think I can use the rest. I'll probably give supplemental gifts to both moms. I think I have enough left to do something else for baby, like well, actually the one I can do before leaving, probably on our vacation, but bibs, I think they're large enough. I have enough to do a bib type thing with the extra charms, or not charms, what are they called, squares I have left over. And so each charm pack comes with 42 pieces, and I bought 4, and then I bought 1 layer cake for the Stomp Roar. So this one you probably be able to see a little bit better. So the backing, I just used did the blue, one of the blues of the Starry Night, the Starry collection. And this one, and I'll pop up video here also, I did go back in because I was able to, because I hadn't finished this one, I was able to quilt this whole front. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but it is quilted across the top, across the bottom, and then I was able to do the entire piece of the backing quilt. You know, I measured across and marked where I need to stitch across and where I need to stitch down. It turned out absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. So this has by now gone to the moms, and so like I said, the video might be a little choppy. I'll pop up pictures, and if I have video to pop up, I'll share that. The last thing I want to talk about, because I did say I am going to join the Quilt Guild here in Houston, and the thing is, I have ideas for what I'm gonna do. I will tell you what I plan on doing, and of course you're going to see it when it's done, but I am going to do a mini quilt, not a large one like these, but a mini quilt, long rectangular one that can go over my sewing tables. And I'm so excited. I might do a couple for the room. in a couple different places, but you will see what those look like. But one of the ladies, what is her name? Jenna? I think it's Jenna. She, after the meeting, she gave me this, it's like a deck of cards. No, her name is Jamie. I put it in here because I know I will forget. Jamie. Thank you, Jamie, if you're watching. She gave me what is, you know, like a deck of cards. And what it is these are all quilt designs. So if I go through here, there's different quilt designs in here. And so everything you need to do the quilt and how to put it together, instructions is on the back. And so, like I said, this is like a deck of cards, and it's a ton of different designs in here. And so I am so excited about this. So yeah, this is going to be fun to do. I haven't even gone through all of the designs. I just looked at the first few, but I am so happy about this. So thank you so much, Jamie. And I put this in here because I knew I would want to tag her on Instagram when I do make something from it, from the card deck. So this was really nice. And she had this boning that she had some notions that she was giving away and everything at the meeting, and so she gave me this boning, which can be used in swimwear, different stuff like that. So I was like, sure, I'll take it. So yeah, that is it. I know this was a much longer video. Again, there were chapters on the screen, so you could have you know, jumped all around. But I am so super excited about this new venture of fiber arts, quilting. Now the next fiber art I want to conquer, or get, you know, introduce myself to and start doing, is knitting. You guys know I've been talking about that for 2 years now, and I moved from, I lived closer to Karen Fitch, one of the subscribers here on my channel. We met up once. I'll share that video. That was from 2 years ago. And so I had put too much on my plate to try to learn that at the time, because of our move and stuff. But that is the other one. And I am so amped and pumped about everything that I have been working on as of late, because now I'm figuring out how some of these things can go together into garment making. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. So that is it, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know what you think of my Quillows and of the netted car seat covers. And yeah, I am so happy with how everything turned out. So that is it. The last thing I have to do is put the labels on everything. I have iron-on labels that I got from Walmart, the cute little design labels. Okay, these are iron-on labels. It says made, they got one made with love by, handmade by, this belongs to. So here's a pack. Aren't those cute? And then these, I saw these on Amazon that say handmade by. And so I just have to iron these on, and I picked up a fabric marking pen that I'll write on, and I'm just gonna iron these on. And so that's it. That is it. That is it, everybody. Let me know what you think. Oh, I'm so inspired. So inspired. I just feel like creativity is busting out of the seams. I do have to pace myself, of course, because you can't do all the things all at once. So yeah, the quilting, I will say will probably be geared towards more things that I gift, and a couple things for me, but I enjoyed doing it. So I was like, oh, I enjoyed it. But yeah, it's all going to be incorporated into different things in my journey going forward, of course. So that is it, everybody. Pick up Bianca's book. Go check out Simply Delilah's channel and her pattern over on Etsy, and check out the Quillow. I'll leave links to everything down in the description box below. Thank you so much for tuning in today. You all have a blessed rest of your week, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.